The idea of proving yourself in the Philippines, building trust in the Philippines, especially when it comes to foreigners. The historical context of the country's colonization, which spanned over years under Spain, and then influences from China, Japan, and the USA, has had a lasting effect on how Filipinos view and interact with foreigners. While there is a lot of warmth and friendliness, the legacy of these colonial powers has shaped certain cultural aspects, and trust has to be earned over time. 1. Kindness and humility, the foundation for trust. That kindness, humility, and speaking the local language go a long way. When foreigners take the time to learn Tagalog or even a local dialect, it shows a deep respect for the culture. This willingness to understand and adapt to their way of life is often seen as a sign of genuine intention and respect, which makes a big difference. Humility is key in Filipino culture, and people appreciate when others approach them without arrogance. The more humble a foreigner is, the easier it is to build genuine relationships. Many Filipinos value the idea of giving back or helping others, and a foreigner who shares in this value is likely to be accepted and trusted over time. The influence of colonization. The Philippines' long history of colonization has had a complex impact on Filipino attitudes toward foreigners. After being under Spanish rule for over years, followed by influences from the USA, Japan, and China, many Filipinos have grown cautious when it comes to trusting outsiders. The centuries of foreign domination left emotional and cultural scars, and trust isn't something that comes instantly. Colonial mindset. In many ways, these long periods of colonization created a sense of resentment or wariness about foreign powers, particularly when it came to foreign economic interests or cultural imposition. Over time, though, as the Philippines gained independence, the national identity began to shift towards greater pride in Filipino culture, and many Filipinos today are more open-minded and willing to engage with foreigners, but it takes time and actions to build trust. Proving yourself, earning trust is essential. Many Filipinos might initially be cautious about outsiders, but over time, genuine actions, such as contributing to the community, respecting their culture, and treating others with kindness, can help break down barriers and earn that trust. 3. Marriage and relationships. Marrying a Filipino or having a girlfriend from the Philippines, this truly changes the dynamic. Marriage and romantic relationships are highly valued in Filipino society, and when foreigners marry or form meaningful connections, they are often viewed as more integrated into the community. It shows a commitment to the culture and people, which can result in a deeper bond and greater trust. When a foreigner is seen as genuinely investing in relationships and being loyal to a Filipino partner or spouse, it demonstrates that they aren't just passing through or trying to exploit the culture. This can go a long way in fostering long-term relationships and acceptance within the local community. The welcoming spirit, friendly and helpful nature. One of the most remarkable things about Filipinos is their welcoming nature. Despite the historical context, Filipinos are incredibly warm and helpful, especially if they see that the foreigner is kind, respectful, and invested in learning about their culture. Traveling in the Philippines is often an experience where locals are eager to show you around and make you feel at home. Whether you're in a bustling city like Manila or a remote island like Bohol, Filipinos take pride in showing foreign visitors their country's beauty and culture. That warmth and generosity can create a strong sense of belonging for foreigners, provided they act with sincerity. 5. Proving yourself in practice. About needing to prove yourself is a powerful one. Trust is something that takes time to develop in any culture, but especially one with such a deep history of colonialism. It's not just about saying the right things, but living those values in your actions. For example, demonstrating respect for local traditions, being active in the community, contributing positively, and forming lasting relationships can make all the difference in how foreigners are perceived. The Philippines, like many countries with a colonial past, has seen a wide range of foreigners come and go, some with good intentions and others who may have come to exploit the country's resources. So, actions that reflect genuine care for the culture will go a long way in earning respect. The evolving mindset. It's worth noting that while the historical legacy of colonization still has an effect, younger generations are much more open-minded and curious about the world. they're more likely to engage with people from different countries and cultures, especially as the Philippines becomes more globalized and connected. The country's growing exposure through social media, tourism, and international trade is helping Filipinos see the world in a different light. Respect, humility, and kindness remain central to gaining acceptance, but there is also a greater understanding that foreigners can be allies and contributors to the country's development. Final thoughts. In conclusion, the idea of proving yourself in the Philippines is all about showing respect, building relationships genuinely, and being consistent in your good intentions. As you've noted, people will warm up to you more if you are sincere, humble, and willing to adapt to their ways of life. Marrying a Filipino and engaging in the culture shows that trust is earned and can lead to meaningful, long-lasting connections.